There's got to be something you need, something you want. I have connections, many connections in the city. I can provide high-quality, unique weapons that you won't be able to find elsewhere. I even have a rare lightsaber crystal, something you'd never find elsewhere.
What?
If you need money, I'll pay you 5,000 credits. All I ask is get me one open starport visa.
Okay. I think we found the buyer. The buyer? Yes, the buyer. The buyer for our visa, which I don't have, and I thought I did, but I guess I have a bounty hunter visa, I guess is what I picked up earlier. What do you need the starport visa for? Because I do want that lightsaber crystal, even though if I won't use it.
Don't worry what I'll do with a visa.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just take a vacation. Maybe I just want to visit my mother on Nar Shaddaa. Decent citizens like you really don't want to know what I'm going to do with it.
Oh, force persuade. I have an honest face. You will answer my question. What do you need the visa for?
You have an honest face. I will answer your question. I need to transport permacrete explosives for the exchange. They're going to use it to take care of some competition and some local authorities. Permanently.
Oh, you work for the exchange. Okay. Lightsaber crystal. What does it do?
Many Jedi have fought on this world. One of them lost their lightsaber in the Beast Wars. A reliable source says it's a rare Quixoni crystal. Incredibly rare and valuable. I see that's grabbed your interest, eh? There's only one way you're going to get it. One open starport visa. No visa, no crystal.
Oh, okay. So I wonder if I can get both, right? Like 5,000 credits and the crystal, or if it's one or the other. If it's one or the other, I'm taking the crystal, but yeah. How do I know you'll live up to the end of your bargain?
Because we'll trade them simultaneously. And if you aren't satisfied with your payment, I'll let you switch it for something else. I don't want to cross a Jedi.
How do you know I'm a Jedi?
It's a small universe. I don't really care about the trouble that's behind
Actually,
you
a
or
Sith.
ahead of you. We have exactly one thing we can talk about. Starport visas.
Can I ask you about the murder?
I really can't be any help with that. I might have been in the same detention cell that night that Dhagon's in now. The soldiers were asking me some entertaining questions that night. I got no idea what was going on.
What were they questioning about?
Let's just say I'm one of their usual suspects. Sort of comes with the territory. That's all I'm going to say.
Ah, okay. Alright, so she doesn't have anything. Kiph? Waitress? Save and talk to Kiph here, I guess. Awkward, my name is Kiph. I see a friendly face. ISIS has been a hostile place for our kind lately. What do you know of the city? Perilous times they are facing. I lived here for several years. I may be leaving soon. Do not worry, I do not need a starport visa. There are enough people begging for those. True. What do you think of the general and the queen? General is short-sighted. Many wars have come to ISIS since they joined the Republic, but so has a great deal of growth and revenue. The whole universe is interconnected, and once you taste the marvels it brings, how can you wall yourself off? But they are a curious people. What do you do? I dabble mostly, a little bit of this and that, enough to make a living, really. Ah, so you're I'm assuming you're a gigolo, then, right? Was that what you're saying? Could you be a little more vague? I could try, I suppose. I prefer to keep my affairs to myself. How about I won't ask about your business? Then we call it even. All right, sir. Murder? I had misfortune of being here that night. It's very inconvenient. Soldiers were asking me some very pointed questions, which is a no-no in my line of business. What exactly is your line of business? I can tell you are no fan of authority either. Let me share. Most call me a slicer, but I think it sounds too crass. I prefer to think myself as an expert computer security analyst. Ah, hacker man. Okay, I'm the only one in the city talented enough to make open starport visa from a personal visa. I was in the middle of a transaction that night. What do you want to know? Wait, bro, can you just make me some starport visas that I can sell? Get a ton of credits this way? Do you know Gent? Recognize him, that's about it. He doesn't have qualities I look for in a friendship. Any reasons why he would kill? Probably try to leave the cantina before the more serious drinkers arrive. That night I was near Dhagon and Sullio. Dhagon was attempting something. I mean, I could tell his advances were particularly unwanted. Sullio started swearing at him. Many of the words I'd never heard, but the ones I did hear, I assure you, were most impolite. Ah. Humiliation on that scale is real motive for a passionate and deadly response. I told the soldiers as much. Okay. A friend of a friend told me you're the guy I should talk to about adjusting starport visas. So you have a personalized visa that you want to be made an open one. It's a tricky process, but after many failures, I have mastered it. It will cost you 500 credits. Okay. I guess we'll do it. How do I know that the visa will work? If I sold defective visas, my livelihood and possibly my life would be in jeopardy. This is confusing to me. There's a character in this game that's a companion of ours, and her name is exactly spelled like this. But I pronounce it as Visas. And then it's like visas? You know, I don't know. Pronouncing the same word two different ways, basically. Here's 500 credits. You may have the visa. It'll take a while. Alright, do your job, hacker mans. It is done. Here's your starport visa. Welcome. So now I wonder, is this the only place? Do I get another visa that I can make, or no? I feel like this might be the only one. Let's just hold on to it for now. At least we made it. Thug.
You can't be the one that fought all those bounty hunters. Only some sort of crazed Wookiee could pull that off. Go back to your ship, off.
I may be hairy, but I'm not a Wookiee.
This is our part of the merch.
This room is reserved, off-worlder.
Panar. Wait, was this the guy that was shouting, like, down with the queen, basically, in the square? Wasn't that guy's name the same as this? You're a swoop racer, aren't you?
I suggest you leave the room, off-worlder. I've got all the fans I need right here. So you'll space yourself.
Wow, okay.
This room is reserved.
Captain Sullio's murder.
If you ask me, she got what she deserved. She looked down on us beast riders. Good riddance.
Did you know Gent?
I know his face, that's about it. His office is on Beckel's turf.
Who's Beckel?
She's a beast rider like me and our leader. You better never be speaking ill of her, or else.
Or else. Okay.
Pickings are scarce these days. Most people avoid the streets now.
Twilight Dancing Girl. The hologram is not programmed to interact with Cantina patrons. Fair enough. This guy seems wasted, though.
This room is reserved. If you ask me, she got what she deserved. I know his face.
There's,
She's a beast.
there's nothing else we can say about him. Okay. So I guess we're done in here then. We didn't really... Okay. On the night Captain Sullio was murdered, it sounded like Ghent made a pass at her. It was rejected violently. She cursed at him and publicly humiliated him. Perhaps someone in the cantina who knows them a little better could shed some light on this development. So somebody here knows it. Okay. Let me go ahead and give this lady the starport visa thing. Let's go ahead and do that. Also, did I saved when I first got in here, so yeah, that should be fine. Well, actually, that was before I went and talked to that guy. So let me save in here again. Save over this here.
Do you
Okay.
have a visa yet? I'm still paying.
Yeah,
very
I
well
want
for
that
it.
lightsaber crystal. Let's
Some
give it to
unique
her
items you won't get anywhere
so we can get the
else,
crystal.
including a lightsaber crystal.
Apparently, it's a it's pretty good for our dark side character. The murder. I have an open starport visa right here.
I had faith you'd get hold of one. I've always been good at spotting talent. I've got big plans for it.
So let's trade.
So what do you want for it? A weapon, money, or the lightsaber crystal? Your pick.
So 5,000 credits. I don't know what the weapon is. Rhodian Deathblade is the weapon that you get. Huh. Lightsaber crystal, please.
Here you go. If you aren't satisfied with it, just let me know.
Rhodian Death Weapon. Dark side points gained. Nice. So we can go and put that on at a workbench somewhere. Smuggler's name. Okay. So we pretty much talked to everybody here. It said that if I talk to him, he might say something new. Let's see.
Welcome back. My deck is still
Murder.
our business, that is.
Yeah. Okay, here's something new. Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? We talked to everybody here. We come back to this guy because this dude, Babyface here, said that he and Ghent were like best friends, like that's his best friend or whatever. So it would make sense to hear all the rumors and gossip and then come back here and then I guess go through with it. So that, I guess it makes sense, but I was looking more like, oh, there'll be somebody in here that straight up tells me rather than gather all this information and then come over here and kind of sort through it. Someone was saying that Sullio deeply humiliated Dhagon the night she was murdered. That's a very good motive.
She did? Oh no, by the four moons, what a mix-up. They got it all wrong. Dhagon and Sullio were good friends. It's just when they got a little too much Juma juice, they'd carry on.
Ah.
And they'd call each other all manner of things. It could get quite hilarious, really. But it was just friendly banter. That night, Sullio was in great form. Dhagon and I were laughing about some of the choicer ones later. Yellow-toothed dung dweller. We bought her a couple of drinks afterwards. It may look strange on the outside, but it was just their habit, their way of passing time during these dark nights. Listen, if the soldiers think that's a motive, they just didn't do enough digging.
That bit of information will help with clearing Dhagon, but the Onderon military won't let him off that easy. They're very obstinate. Maybe some of these people will know more about what happened that night.
What happened on the night of the murder?
I was cleaning up stakes from a particularly rewarding Pizat game when I heard a loud sound outside. I grabbed my blaster and went out the door. When I got out, I saw Captain Sullio. She was quite dead. Blood was everywhere. I heard a noise and saw Dhagon Ghent coming from his office across the courtyard. We both waited for the authorities to get there. The next day, they picked up Dhagon and several other people in the area. It's crazy to think he did it. Sullio was our friend.
Where'd you find her body?
Just outside the door by the junkie.
It might be a good
Oh.
idea to look at the crime scene. We fought many soldiers in the Mandalorian Wars. The Onderonians were certainly brave, but they were disorganized and stupid. I wouldn't be surprised if they overlooked something.
Okay. So that area outside, I'll show you again. That area outside where I was like, is this blood? Actually was blood. Okay. Sick, dude. Nico said that he was the first one at the crime scene. Captain Sullio died right outside the cantina by a trash heap. Dhagon was the second person there, and he came running from the office. Might be a good time to go check the crime scene. Okay. Very good. Do 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 do. Yep, this area right here. The blood. You search the trash heap for anything related to Captain Sullio's murder. The only thing you find is dried blood where she was killed. Maybe there's something else in the area. Like this dead droid that wasn't originally here, I don't think. This is the remains of a serving droid, still clutching its serving tray. It must have been heavily scavenged. The head is missing.
Nobody we talked with mentioned a droid. This droid was destroyed recently. Someone inside the cantina might know more.
Okay. Investigatings. I like it. Kind of like it when games make you investigate like a murder or something like that. Like where it's like a quest. Like this happened in the first Knights of the Republic game. I know Witcher 3 has a quest or two that's like this. I always enjoy kind of doing these things. Did that. Okay, so we gotta go find somebody in there. Dried blood. What's up, pal? I thought the weapon you get from her was a blaster. Maybe it changes though. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I would imagine that loot would probably be random, but we'll see. We'll see what we get here. Let's see. Who would know about a droid in here? I guess we'll just ask everybody and just see. This guy probably won't know because he wants a starport. Yeah, he wants a visa. Sullio's murder. Yeah, he doesn't know. Random guy. Pretty sure Mr. Fake ID over here doesn't have any. Doesn't know anything. Offer to return. Sullio's murder. I found a broken serving droid by the murder scene. Yeah, dude. Droids are sadly vandalized all the time now. It's probably one of old Bahima's serving droids. Okay, so let's go talk to the bartender then. Bartender. Bahima. Sir, I'd like to ask about the murder. I found a broken serving droid by the murder scene. That would be S-0D3. That's the third serving droid I've had this month. I hired a human to do the job. She's not very good, but at least she won't be stolen or destroyed as easily. Because that would be murder. What keeps happening to your serving droids? Dangerous vandalism and robbery are sadly common. It being stolen went out the night that Sullio was murdered. Why didn't you mention this before? I didn't know it would interest you. It was found near the body, I'm given to understand. Nico would know more about that, okay? Go back and talk to his best friend, Nico. Alright, babyface. Did you do it?
Welcome back. My deck is still warm if you're up for business.
Can't trust this man.
Foul business, that is.
Broken serving droid.
That would be Behemoth's SOD-2. No, SOD-3. Or is it 2? Whichever one it was, he keeps losing them. I remember when I arrived, it was still smoldering.
Still smoldering. Modded or vanilla? This is modded. We are playing with the restored content mod, as well as a bunch of like high-res textures and models and stuff like that. Because to be honest, I don't remember like if this planet looks the same in the vanilla, or if the mods that I have change it, you know? Because like some places, like I remember I could tell, because you know, back when I played it on the original Xbox, I can tell, but I couldn't tell you. I think I'm sure the lighting in here is probably a bit different, but yeah. Every time I come across something, I'm like, does it look this good because this is modded, or was it in the vanilla version and stuff like that? Like this dude's face that I'm talking to, it looks so unique compared to all the other models in the game. What happened to it?
Who knows? Sometimes
like, look at this guy's face.
Shoot his serving droids for fun. This part of the quarter is getting more and more lawless, I'm afraid. When Dhagon and I were waiting for the soldiers, we had to chase off some scavengers that were stripping SOD-3.
SOD-3. Do you remember who was scavenging the droid?
No, I'm afraid there was quite a crowd growing. We were seeing if there was any way we could help Sullio. There was nothing we could do, of course.
Sullio.
She was dead.
Okay. Nothing else to ask him then.
Know him.
Okay. So we gotta ask around. There's only one other person to ask, and it's... well, actually two. This girl and that guy over there. Light or dark? Oh, we're doing dark side, baby. I played this game maybe 2 times, maybe 3 times. And I've always done, I think, light side. So, doing dark side for the very first time, and I'm loving it, dude. It's been a lot of fun being evil, and the options not be like overly cheesy, like in the first game, where every time you would do or pick a dark side option, it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's just kind of bad. This one is so good. Most fun way to play for sure, yeah. Rich AF. Yeah, I've been doing pretty well. I made I did my character as a consular, so that way I could just be super strong in force powers. And it's definitely working wonders for me. So it's been kind of nice. Da, 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 da.
Are you satisfied with your payment for the visa?
But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun playing through this game again and kind of remembering some things about this game. But there's more to this game that I don't remember. Like I do the first game. Let's talk about the murder real quick.
I really can't be any help with that. I might have been in the same detention cell that...
Okay. So she doesn't know. Let's go talk to the other guy then. This is our last hope here. This drunk Panar dude.
This room is reserved, off-worlder. Huh. If you ask me,
I found a broken serving droid. Oh god. It glitched. That Bith keeps buying droids and the scavengers keep stealing them or blowing them up. Seems he's finally given up. The waitress is awful, but she's more fun than his droids ever were. Any idea which scavenger got to his droid?
I wouldn't tell you even if I knew. I could tell you where you could find the parts, though.
Oh. Where?
That western square has the perfect fence for droid parts.
Western
There's
Square.
a droid vendor called 1B8D.
Oh.
That droid is as dumb as a Gamorrean. He'll buy anything because he's too stupid to do anything else. 1B8D is quite handy. Quite a few of the slum dwellers make a good living salvaging droid parts for him. He might have even bought some.
Okay. Let's go back to that droid. That droid I did earlier, I set his... I like repaired him and then I reset his... I thought like his prices to 0, but it actually wasn't. They were not set to 0, which is interesting. I couldn't get into the first one after I played the sequel first. Ah, that's interesting. But I guess it's more of like, you know, whatever you played first, you're probably gonna enjoy more. And I think this game's dialogue and like force powers and even like planets are better in this game. But so far, like, even though the story in the first game is pretty basic, like, I love those characters and kind of that story more than this one so far. But that is interesting though. You can't go wrong with either of these games, to be honest. But this one definitely has a lot of negative in the fact that, like, how rushed this game was when it was being developed. Like, it's only like a year difference between this one and the first game, I think, or something crazy like that. So there's probably a lot of things that they could have done to make this game better, but they couldn't because they were being rushed. But yeah, it kind of sucks that we didn't get, like, you know, the polished version of this game like we did with the first one.
Greetings, Master. Do you have any interest in my goods?
Do you have any interest in my goods? Yes. Who do you work for, actually? I'm curious.
1B8D was built and programmed by Tolos the Trader. 1B8D was built to buy droid components for below base cost value and sell components based on most favorable market conditions. Do you have any interest in my goods?
Do you have any interest in my goods? Okay. Super rushed for sure. Yeah. The thing about this game, though, is it has way more replayability than the first game. Like, the first game is basically, like, play all light side or play all dark side, and that's it. This one you can do so many different ways, like with, you know, the classes and the subclasses, as well as, like, you know, light side, dark side, or try to be, like, in the middle, like neutral. And then, of course, your companions with positive influence, negative influence, all that sort of stuff. So this one has way more replayability than the first one, which I kind of dig. You have any parts from Bahima's serving droids?
Entity Bahima unknown. I have many serving droid parts.
I want to buy those parts.
The market rate for those parts would be 25 credits.
25 credits, sure.
Thank you for your business.
Kiph and the cantina can probably do something with this. We should head back.
Mandalore. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Okay. Very nice. Let's go back to the cantina, talk to Kiph. I think we're kind of approaching the end of this planet, I think. Because I remember Onderon being pretty short. But I mean, the first half of it is in the jungle. So once you get here, it's kind of like there's not that much to do. Off-world returns. Dun, dun, dun. Sullio's murder. Have the remains. Can you get any information from his head? Got the head. That's where the memory core is. Give me a minute or two. That should do it. Let's take a look at his last feed. Oh, video. Ooh.
Hello there. What is this? Oh my, she's dead.
Oh, yeah. I can tell you who it is. I know exactly who it is now. Kiph tinkered with the memory core. You saw the last input. He was taking out the cantina garbage and stumbled upon Captain Sullio getting shot from the shadows near the exit to the marketplace. You should show this to Nico to get his help clearing Ghent as a murder suspect. Yeah. This guy over here did it. I saw the armor. This man did it.
This room is reserved. If you ask me, she got what she deserved.
And his comment just makes more sense now.
I know his
It's definitely Panar, dude. Alright.
Welcome back. My deck is foul.
Here's the last transmission.
If it'll help Dhagon, you got it. There's no way that Dhagon could have done it. I saw him coming from his office. That's the opposite direction of the marketplace. We should go talk to Captain Riken and clear all of this up.
Yeah. Let's go talk to him.
Nico, is it? And the off-worlder. What brings the two of you here?
Ghent couldn't have killed Sullio.
That's a bold statement. I assume you have some sort of proof.
Nico can explain it.
It's a long story, so bear with me, Captain. The night of the murder, I was playing Pazak. It was
Babyface.
a prosperous night.
That should do it. We still don't know who killed Sullio, but this will greatly assist our investigation.
You have been ordered off this investigation, Captain. I hope you can explain yourself.
I had nothing to do with this, sir. This citizen found information about Captain Sullio's murder. It's material to the investigation.
We've already got our man. Sullio and this Ghent were fighting the night she was murdered. He had ample motive.
Ample motive. They were really fighting. The regulars of the cantina can vouch for that. How much investigation did you do? She called them a few names. One fight is no reason to kill someone. One or two, I'm thinking. It probably doesn't matter what I say, though. I'm gonna say two. Kind of get a little dig in at the military here of this planet.
We did our job, off-worlder. And an hour or two of meddling on your part gives you no right to say that. Have you read the report? Some of the things Sullio called him were vile. Sullio and Dhagon clearly hated each other.
She wasn't killed until near closing time. It wasn't the heat of passion. You talk to anyone in the bar, others can confirm they were real good friends. They were friends. Sometimes friends tease each other. They just took it to an extreme. I could say that. Because if I say two and he's like, they were good friends, he could be like, you can turn on a friend. You know, that sort of thing. Just because they're friends doesn't mean anything. I'll say three, though.
You expect me to believe...
It's absolutely true, Major. I was a friend of both of them. They've done this dozens of times. Bahima, the bartender, can confirm it, as well as half a dozen other people. They were an odd pair, but they certainly didn't hate each other.
I see. Well, there's still the fact that he was right there at the scene of the crime.
So were other people. Some salvagers were stripping the serving droid within a minute or two. Gant was coming from inside the bar with Nico. I'll say 1, I guess.
So what? What matters is who was there first. An eyewitness said he came from his office almost immediately. The only thing that matters to me is that he was within blaster range when Sullio was killed, and he did not have an alibi.
He came from his office, but a recording of the murder shows that the shot came from the opposite direction. Ooh, we got him right there. Got him, dude. Shows the real killer and it isn't Dhagon. Oof. 1 makes me sound really smart. 2 just makes it obvious that to look at the recording. I'm gonna say 1.
You have a recording? And I'm sure you're just misinterpreting it.
I've seen it myself, Major. Nico isn't the only one that spotted Dhagon coming from his office. It really can't be Dhagon Gant. The real killer is still loose.
Very well, Captain. Set Gant free then. But if later it turns out that he did do it, it's gonna be on your head.
And then we show his head.
The men will be working on getting Dhagon Gant out right away. The Major sure isn't happy.